Okay, my friends, today's video is all about quick and easy thrift flips. I thrifted these enamel. This is a pot, another red pot, this cute little wall pocket. And we're going to transform these using some transfers. And we're also going to make assemblages with these. So please be sure and stay tuned. So I have picked some transfers out of the IOD Kitschy Christmas transfer book, and I'm going to add this to the front of this metal tin. I just want to make sure it's not going to roll on me while I'm trying to, I want to just make sure that it's straight. I'm just gonna rub the entire transfer, make sure everything is stuck down, and I'm gonna rub the entire transfer. You've seen me do transfers before, but if you're new, you just stick it down, rub the entire transfer with the transfer tool, and then you'll start from one end and work your way over by lifting up your vellum sheet and pulling up on it as you rub. If you see there's a piece of the transfer that hasn't released from the vellum, you just lay it back down and keep rubbing it until it releases. I'm going to be gluing some foam into the bottom of this. And I'm just going to use all of my bits and parts in here, you know, to fill it in. So, just put a little bit of glue on here. And just put that in the middle, in the bottom. Then I'm going to break off this piece, and I'm going to put this. I got to cut it straight, though. Semi-straight, anyway. All right, we're going to glue this. Oh, I need another glue stick. All right, I've got all of my foam in there, and I have had this Christmas tree in my stash forever. And I am going to use it in here. I think it's going to look beautiful. I'll be covering this foam with faux snow. So I'm going to get this glued. This should be fun. Actually, it needs to go over more because I want to put this cute little snowman on here as well. So I just got to make sure that this has enough glue wherever it's touching the bucket. I almost tried to put my glue stick in my heat gun. So I'm gonna like go underneath and make sure we've got enough glue holding this. I will glue my cute little snowman. He was an ornament. Look how cute he is. Oh my word. He's going to go right there. Oh, he's adorable. He is absolutely adorable. I know you guys can't see yet. Once everything sets up, I can turn it and show you what it looks like. I have this deer ornament that I bought at Dollar Tree. I'm just going to snip off this plastic hanger with my wire cutters, and hopefully I don't crack anything. There we go. And he is going to get glued back here behind our snowman. I'm not worried about this fuzzy stuff here because that'll be covered up with fake snow. So let me glue this up. And there he goes. Let him dry a little bit. I'm going to start filling in with my snow, because on top of the snow is where I'm going to add some of my other items. So that's what it looks like with the deer. Okay, guys, I just wanted to share something with you. It's a product that I absolutely love to use for snow. And it's this product, but whoops, excuse me. This product by Deco Art called Snow Tex. This stuff is fantastic. So this is what it looks like. And it's soft. And you would just scoop it out and plop it on. If I'm doing small projects, I love to use this stuff. When it's wet, I add sparkles to it, or glitter to it, and it dries rock hard overnight. So, but for this project, I'm not going to use this, but I wanted to share this product with you guys because it's fantastic. For this project, I'm just going to be using, you know, the fake snow blanket that you can buy. And I have a big bag of it. And what I do is I just like rip off pieces and just like tuck them in. And, you know, I put my glue down. And then I will take this, I have this little tool, it's silicone, and I will tuck the snow in, and I use this little tool so I don't burn my fingerprints off, because I've done that on many occasions. I'm surprised I still have fingerprints. And I like to rip it like this because it makes it more wispy looking. I'm going to take this and I'm going to tuck it like underneath the tree branches. And wherever I may, if I could still see the green foam, I'll just add a little bit more on top. All right, I bought this vintage looking Santa at Walmart. It is a pick. I grabbed these, I think it was last year. They just look like from, 1960s. And I think I'm going to add Santa in here as well. But this pick is, I think, way too long. I'm going to cut some of it off. And we're going to put him in front of the Christmas tree. Hopefully I can get it in here now that I have all this glue. Hold on, guys. Bring his legs up here. He needs to go over some, like over here. All right, let me glue him in there. Move his legs out of the way. There we go. Look, guys. Look how cute. All right. So now I'm just going to start adding in, I have some of these Christmas lights that sometimes I'll add in, but I'm going to add some bulbs, Christmas bulbs first. I'm just going to put some glue on there, and I'm going to tuck it in like that. I'm going to tuck another one over here. And then I got to find some smaller ones. Put a little glue under here. Hopefully it'll stick there. Let's see. I'm going to add this light back here. Like that. And then I think I'll add another one. I have a small blue one, but the blue really doesn't go with the theme I have going on here. So, I don't know. I might not add any more of those. Maybe just the one. But I will add a couple more bulbs, regular bulbs back here. I do have a couple of the silk bulbs. And that one I want to add right back there. So, let's see if we can get that in there. Glue it to the top of that tree branch. Like that. And then I have another one. This one I got to pull out the little hanging doodad. This one I think I can put back here. I have some old wood ornaments that I'm going to also incorporate in here. Wherever I can fit them. We've got this little monkey guy. He's cute. I think I'll glue him right next to Santa, I think. And then I have this little girl playing a little trumpet. I'll put her back here next to the deer. I also have some vintage Christmas light covers. I like to add these in here too for a pop of color. So I'll just like scatter these throughout in here. And it fills in some of the holes. Got a blue one I can put back here. Red. Do a red one. I also have these vintage Mercury glass bead picks. They are really long, so I usually will have to cut them off of the main stem and add them, separately in here. So let's see if we can, where we can fit these in. I've got it packed. Okay, so see now these, what happens is they fall down. The beads fall down when I cut it off of the end. So what I got to, oh shoot, they're falling off. What I got to do is, because I want them to stay up there, I'm going to have to take my needle nose pliers, and I'm going to have to just wind this up, and then I won't be able to stick it in the foam. I will just put glue on here and stick it in between the other items that are in there so that it doesn't come out. Hopefully, I'm making a mess. The glue is dripping. So there's one. Okay, here's another one. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to try and twist it up. Okay. And then I'm going to glue that one in there. I also have beaded garland, and what I do is when I need tiny bulbs to put on like bottle brush trees or whatever, this is what I use. I just cut them apart. So I'm going to add a few small red ornaments in between these gold ones just to, whoops. Hang on. He fell in the wrong spot. Get in there. Ugh, now I got all this glue mess to clean up. It just like fills in spot. All right, guys, so I'm done adding. So now all that's left for me to do is clean up these glue strings and seal in my my transfers, and then I will show you our finished project. All right, and now for my white pot, I am going to be using Essential Stencils, these beautiful Halloween ones. I'm going to put a ghost. I'm going to put ghosts on both sides. Probably this one will go on the front. I'm not sure about the other side yet. So let me grab this out and cut this out. Set this aside for now. Okay. Oh, it's going to fit on here perfect. Now, I do have bumps on here, so I want to be careful. I'm just going to do the center part first and try to get in those areas first. in the indented areas. And then I'll go over to the sides. Oh, that is so cute. Y'all, I love Halloween. Now I'm just trying to burnish this with my finger because there are a few bubbles here. But, oh my gosh, so cute. Okay, on the other side, I'm just going to put this small one, and then I'm going to put the Trick or Treat above it. So I could put like these two small ones. Okay. We've got Trick or Treat. That's going to fit perfect there. These here are actually Dollar Tree transfers, and I have not seen these at all so far this year. Unless, well, I haven't been back. They didn't have any Halloween stuff out yet, so maybe they'll be out with the Halloween stuff. Easier to just use my fingernail. Very cute. All right, so in my ghost one, I am going to add some of this floral foam. And just cut off the excess. I may need a couple pieces in here. Now I have a black and cream colored bottle brush tree that I'm going to put on here. Thinking, do I want to put it in the middle? I don't have a lot of Halloween pieces at the moment to add to this. So what I was thinking of doing is putting this in the middle like that, and then gluing these sparkle balls all around it to fill it in. But I'm going to sit and look at it for a second and then decide what I'm going to do. I am just going to, I'm going to glue this on. Oh, come on. Oh, this makes me so angry when this glue stick doesn't move down and you got to keep pushing it. All right, I'm going to put that in the center. Like that. I thought I had another bag of these that were already open, but I guess not. These I got from Dollar Tree. And I'm just gonna start by gluing these. Around the tree. There's no rhyme or reason. I'm just gluing these in here to fill in. And there's enough glue over here for that one. Lots of glue strings. Okay, guys, I got all of my little glitter balls glued on. So now I'm going to add this wood boo sign to it, but I want to paint it white first. So I'm just using Folk Art chalk paint in the color Cottage White. And I'm just going to put a coat on both sides. And then once it's dry, I'm going to take a, like a skewer stick, and I'm going to glue it to the back and push it down into that floral foam that is in the bottom. All right, guys, I got this painted, and I was thinking I'm going to make these little circles black so that they kind of look like eyes. And I hope I like it. We'll try it and we'll see how it looks. Okay, there's that one. Yeah, I like that. I think that looks cute. My my little extra large toothpick is what I'm gonna call it. Okay, I'm gonna put it up there so I don't get white paint on the black. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a bead of glue like right here. And then stick this in there like that. And let it dry. Make sure it's straight. Let it dry, and then we can come back and put it on our in our assemblage. I also have these spiders, and I mean, it's not Halloween without spiders, guys. So I was thinking of adding a couple of these to the outside of my pail. So I think I'll put one like going up like that, and then one climbing the other way down on the other side. So let's see. What I got to do is fill this cavity with glue. And let it dry. And then I could add glue on top of that so that it'll stick. So it's basically just a lot of waiting for things to dry. So I'm going to sit these aside and let those dry as well. Once everything's dried, we will come back and finish this up. All right, guys, I'm still waiting for the glue and the spiders to dry, but I did put the boo on here, and it looks really cute. Looks very cute. I love it. So while I'm waiting for the glue and the spiders to dry, I have this other little wall pocket, and as you can see, we're doing a mix of Halloween and Christmas today. So I'm going to put this transfer on here, but I want to paint this black first. So I'm just going to grab my black chalk paint out and grab a brush here and get this painted. I guess I could start on the back. And there's fuzzies in there from when I wiped it off. So I'm not going to paint the rim I'm going to leave the rim and the handle the color that it is, but the rest of it is going to be black. Make sure I get in all those little nooks and crannies there. Okay, and then you can go around. I'll go do the bottom real quick. Just go back and forth and try to even out my strokes. Okay. So, since this has a handle, I will hang this up so it can dry. Okay, this is painted. I'm going back and forth, guys, as you could see today. All right, my glue has set up here, so now I'm going to add some hot glue on top of there and glue this to the side of my little bucket. Ugh, glue strings! I hate them! Okay, and now on this side, I'm going to glue it, but he's going to be coming downwards like that. Oh, well, guess what? He's going upwards as well. But they look very cute. Look how cute our little bucket came out. All right, guys, I decided I went to Dollar Tree and picked up some Halloween florals, and I did pick up this like glittery eucalyptus looking stem, and so I cut them off, and I am going to add them in here. Hopefully I could get them into my foam just for a little added something extra. And then I'm going to put one maybe in the front here, if I can. No, in the back. And then I could probably cut off some smaller pieces and put them in between the some of the balls. This is what it looks like so far with those little sprigs. But I'm going to take some of these and do that with them. But I have to heat up my glue gun. After I get done putting these in, all I have to do is seal in my transfers. And what I'm going to use for that is my Mod Podge gloss. Since our bucket is shiny, I want a shiny sealer so that it blends in better. So we're going to do that before I get sparkles everywhere. I'll just grab a small brush and I'm going to blow off the sparkles. Okay. I'm going to go over it, but I'm going to also just go barely around the edge. Just grabbing that edge in there with my Mod Podge. All right. And now I will move over to the other side and do that side. Guys, because I'm extra, I'm going to add something to this boo because it's very plain to me. So I'm going to take the bottom of my paintbrush. I cut it off, and I'm going to make dots. I'm going to do dots, polka dots, if it works. Just going to go around the sign. They don't have to be perfect, but I do want them to be round. Use the bottom of an eraser as well. Maybe let's do that. Let's try the bottom of the eraser. This would be better. Yeah, much better. Much better.
Yeah, that looks cute. All right, I'm gonna finish polka dotting.
All right, we finishing up this item here. I did seal in my transfer with some black wax. The reason why is, for some reason, when I was rubbing the transfer on, the stick made marks in my paint. So I just used some black wax. I made a quick little bow to put on the side here. And this little project is complete. Okay, guys, another quick project is to flip bottles. I found this set of bottles. They came together in a set at the thrift store. So what I do now, it's a really good idea to prime your bottle first because it's hard to get paint to stick to glass. So please do as I say, not as I do, because I did not put a primer on these before I put my paint on. But what I did is I took just some plain regular chalk paint and I sponged it on to get the texture. Love the texture. So I think I put, I think it was 3 coats of paint on these bottles. Then I went on Etsy and purchased a bunch of very cool labels for jars. Witch's Brew. These are like Halloween inspired. Moon Elixir, Extra Strong, Creep Show Elixir, Poison Pumpkin Juice, Raven's Curse. So I will link the Etsy store in my description box. And what I like to do is I take a glue stick and I glue my labels on. All right. I'll show you some other ones I'm working on. I purchased these bottles at the thrift store as well. And I did the same thing. I sponge painted 3 coats on the bottles. I did not do the bottom because I'm going to put a piece of felt on the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take the bottles outside. Once I have the labels all on, I'm going to take the bottles outside and I'm going to give them a couple coats of a spray matte sealer. So let's put the label on this one. I need something to stick under here so that this doesn't roll until I can get the label on. It just doesn't want it. There we go. I'm going to use this label because it'll fit right in that area there. So I just take my glue stick. I find the glue stick works the best. Now, I printed these labels on my inkjet printer. If you don't want your ink and everything to smear, it's a good idea to spray them with some hairspray and let the hairspray dry because that helps with to stop bleeding of the ink. If you have a laser jet printer, you don't have to worry about that, but I do not. So, and I'm trying to get this to go on as best as I can. It's going to have a few wrinkles because I'm going over an edge, but that's okay because these are supposed to look old and vintage. Okay. So I've got my label on, and these did come with corks. I have extra corks upstairs for my other bottles. But the reason I wanna seal all this in is because I'm gonna come back with some dark wax and we're gonna age these up. You can also add molds to your bottles as well, which I may do with a few of these bottles. So let me take these outside and give them a coat or two of the spray matte sealer, and then we'll come back. Guys, while I'm waiting for my bottles to finish drying, I'm going to be doing some molds to add to some of my bottles. So I have this bottle, and this was just an old jar I had sitting around my craft room. So this is the label I put on it. So I'm going to take my toadstool mold, and I'm going to mold a couple small toadstools to put on each side of the sign, and then I'm going to make a bigger one just to put on the back. So for that, I'm just going to use my air dry clay and some cornstarch. The cornstarch you dust your mold with so that your clay releases much easier out of your mold. So I just take a little paintbrush and I dust my mold. You don't need a ton. And then the mushroom, I'm going to put this mushroom, I think. Wait a minute, how big? That one's too big. I'll have to go with this one to put on the other side. And I'm just using the extra cornstarch from over here to dust that one with. All right. Get out some clay here. All right, so I'll start here. I'm just gonna push some in there. Use the micro rim on this case. Okay. Take out that extra clay in a minute. Okay, that one's good. Now let's do these two.
Okay. Usually, you guys know, I usually use my straight blade to get rid of my excess clay. But today, I'm just going to use the micro rim that's on the mold. Ah, get in there! Get back in there!
Then I'm just going to flex my mold and pop out my toadstools. This one's a very delicate one. There we go. All right, so I've got those molded. Just getting rid of any of the excess clay that's around the edges. This one just has a little bit. I knew that stem was going to break on there, but okay. I'm going to mold a couple of these for one bottle. Oh, actually, I'm going to mold four of these for a bottle. Then I'm going to mold a couple of these. So I'm going to get those molded, and then we're going to come back. All right, as you can see, I have a bunch of molds that I casted. So now it's time to glue them onto our project. And for that, I'm going to be using my Tight Bond Quick and Thick glue, if I can find it. You guys, I cleaned my craft room, and now I can't find anything, okay? I'm just saying. So... All right, so I'm just going to squeeze some of this glue right on here, and then I will grab my paintbrush and put my glue. So these are going to go on this bottle. You guys didn't see this bottle yet. Oh my God, I love this bottle. So they're going to go on the corners of each, the corners of each of the corners. So let me grab one of these, get some glue on here. I know people that use popsicle sticks to put their glue on. A lot of people just use their fingers. I prefer to just use a paintbrush, only just because I don't like to get it all over my fingers, because then it's hard to get the air dry clay off my fingers. So, all right, this is gonna go up like that, and then let me show you guys what I'm doing. Lining that up and then pressing these down. And I will get off the excess glue as I go. So that's the first one. Now let's work on the second one here. Just make sure you press gently down and make sure everything is touching your surface. Okay, my friends, so all of my molds have dried and they've been painted. And what I'm going to do on these bottles is I am going to use my pink Couture Van Dyke Brown Glaze. It's one of my favorites. And this is going to really age up these bottles. So I'm just going to take this. I have this like really messed up brush that I like to use for this type of stuff. And I'm going to go over everything with this glaze. And just get it in all of the nooks and crannies. Sorry, I'm not in frame. Now, if you wait too long to wipe it off and it's too dark, you can always just grab a baby wipe and blot off however much that you want. And now I'm going to I'll start up here so I can hold the bottle. And then I'm just going to wipe back, and I'm going to just go right over my graphic to make that look old as well. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Okay, let me get a clean part of this paper towel. You can feel when it starts to dry, it's harder to wipe away. So that's when you'll want to grab a baby wipe to get off that excess. But I am loving how this is looking. For sure. Yeah, that looks awesome. See, I'm getting my fingerprints on it. Yeah, that one looks pretty cool. Get a dry brush and get all of this excess out of the nooks and crannies where it's like gobs of it. And then I can just wipe it back. And then again, you know, if you take your baby wipe, you can blot it. And I'll show you what I mean. All right. So now we're going to try it on this bottle. Now this bottle, I dry brushed a little bit of a terracotta color to match the label. But now we're going to go over this bottle with the glaze as well. That sound you're hearing is my air conditioning. It's very warm here where I'm at. And my air has been running non-stop. I shut it off every now and again just to give it a rest. All right, there is that one. So I'm going to continue going through my bottles here. This is the mushroom one. And then the black cat one. The hemlock bottle. And then I have this black cat one that I'm also going to do. So I'm just going to continue aging these using my Van Dyke Brown Glaze.